Did you have any certain music you all use, or just whatever we played?
It's whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. We're gonna count down from 5. You talk on 1. Five, 4, 3, 2.
Thank you for listening to Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim on the station that feeds your brain, intellectualradio.com. Hello, friends. I missed y'all. We've missed y'all. I am here tonight with my wifey for lifey, the executive producer, Sumner Allman. Thank you for being here with us tonight.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Everybody missed you.
Of course.
They missed you.
Of course. I miss them.
You did?
Of course.
All right, let's make it up to them tonight.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you again for listening to Crazy Conversations. We appreciate all the concerns on our little break. It was a story, but it won't be the story tonight because I have to get back into some of these crazy conversations that we have been waiting to talk about. So tonight, our crazy conversation topic is when love costs you your identity. That's what we're talking about tonight on Crazy Conversations. Is that okay with the executive producer?
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're going to dive into the emotional weight of having a partner who's constantly negative, jealous, messy with their energy, just emotionally draining. That's the conversation that we are going to have tonight. We're talking about the devastating betrayal of all when you sacrifice yourself to keep a relationship alive. Again, tonight is the night on Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim. We had to do it.
Y'all
We
came
had
back.
to do it. We came back. We back. We back outside. We outside, y'all. We outside.
And bringing the crazy
Period.
conversations back with y'all.
Period. And the Crazy Conversations is coming with
Right.
us. So no, we talking about when you are bent, you broke, you changed, and they still had the audacity to play in your face. We talking about it. We are talking about it tonight on Crazy Conversations. We are talking about that mate that's acting single, emotionally ignoring you while keeping you close enough to say you always tripping. Negativity ain't sexy. What it does to a relationship and how to reclaim your peace. This is how you're leaving Crazy Conversations tonight. You
Already.
will know.
Already.
You will know how to reclaim your peace tonight on Crazy Conversations after we end tonight. You will know. When your partner's drama becomes your stress, we are helping you out tonight. We helping you out tonight. Are we helping them out tonight?
We definitely are.
We helping them out tonight. So again, on Crazy Conversation, when love costs you your identity. My mate is a walking complaint. My mate is a walking complaint.
That's a testimony.
You got something to say?
That's a testimony.
Okay,
I'm ready.
tell me.
That's all right.
Let's talk.
It is.
Let's
That's
help.
true. That's true. 2025 is ridiculous in relationships with mates. It's ridiculous. It's like, come on with it. 2025 is a whole new, what's the point of a relationship? There's no type of way that a mate should be jealous. They should never bring drama or attention to their relationship, especially if you're married. Forget about relationship if you're married. We just can't focus on relationship. Marriage is on a whole nother level. And mates have to get it together. So I'm ready.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, that's You hear the producer in the back, Wanda B said, uh-oh, I think I'm going to be Ubering home. I don't know.
No, you don't. You know what?
I don't know what's about to happen. Let me
You don't
ask
fit
one
that
of
bill.
what
Y'all
is-
just described. Don't
Woo!
describe nobody in the Almond family.
Woo!
Sorry.
That's all I can say. I hope I don't fit the description of any of those things.
Neither one of
that
y'all
I
play
said.
like that.
I promise you, baby. Honey. Ain't nobody playing in my face, and I ain't playing in nobody's face.
There you go.
Baby, it's 2025. It's time to grow up and glow up. Baby, and if they ain't trying to get love yet,
It's over.
yet,
But the point is, do people know about love?
again,
Are they ready to hear this, y'all?
I want to know.
One,
So-
I don't think they're ready.
Wait, I
Y'all
got
not
a
holding
question.
back.
I got a question. Have you been in a relationship where your partner was negative, jealous, emotionally draining? I mean,
Most
let's talk.
definitely, yes, most definitely. And the way that I react to
Where
it,
was it?
I did react to it.
How long
What-
ago?
It's not about how long ago you asked the question.
Do I know the person?
You didn't ask all that. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
about that right now. Let me
Okay.
tell you.
I was just trying to see if you was talking about me.
You was, if the shoe
You
fit
wait,
well, if the shoe fit well. But seriously though, like I said, relationship, but the way that I love, there's no love like I love. So if you ever become very jealous and very let me feel some type of way, I feel sorry for you. I'm
Mhm.
not perfect, but if you get rid of my love, there's no competition when it comes down to me.
Huh?
Huh?
Wait.
There's not. There's not.
You sound like this is an instruction manual.
You already read the manual, Miss Kim.
Come on now. So, I mean, do you believe that negativity can be contagious in a relationship?
Very contagious. Very contagious. Just because if the person could be positive, then here come they mate. We get all that. It's called spirits. Spirits is very serious. And spirits is deep. So once you in that environment with them in that atmosphere, of course you go catch it. So you gotta catch it first, and you gotta pay attention. You have to stop talking and pay attention to people's actions. Your mates will tell you how they feel. That's what I do. I pay attention more than I listen to anybody. I don't listen to no one.
Mm-hmm.
I pay attention to your actions. What you telling me, I don't believe none of it. You telling me something, one thing, then your actions show it another, I'm paying attention to your actions.
So you think that, so do you think that the term ride or die means just stand through the dysfunction?
There's no more ride or die no more.
What?
There's no more ride or die. In a relationship, listen, in between relationship or marriage, it's hard to even say ride or die just because people is out for themselves. The ego is high. It's a lot of more narcissists. I believe in ride or die.
Where y'all have lunch at today?
Come on, let me
That's
listen.
I just want to know what
No,
happened
yeah.
at work today.
I am. See, in my relationship, it is a ride or die. I'm a ride or die person.
Me
I'm
too.
I'm not sis. You just asked me the
I'm
question.
just saying.
I'm a ride or die for my party. I promise you, no matter what, there's no perfect relationship and no one will part. But I'm a ride or die to the end. No matter what you do, because I can't give you how many mistakes that you make. But I'm gonna ride for my wife and I'm gonna die for my wife.
I know that's right. I might die you a 6 wings later. I know that's right. We having dinner
You
tonight.
got an extra ring.
I got to. Wait a minute, you have blew my mind. So when your partner is the problem and not the community, how do you react to that? Have you?
I'll tell you, I'm very vocal, more vocal now.
Mm-hmm.
The topic is
Oh yeah, you.
yes, I'm very vocal
Oh yeah,
now.
yeah.
But
They
I
can
tell you,
tell.
it's wanted to be. It's a whole new beginning.
They can tell.
I see.
I'm
They can
very
tell.
yes, because I see they always say closed mouth don't get fed.
Huh.
So it's okay the way how
That's
you
how
vote.
you get 6 wings.
That's how you get 6 wings with
You get fed.
I ain't cooked in 42 days.
You
So
ain't cooked in 3 months, but it's okay.
3 months to be exact.
baby,
All the
so-
traveling, you all need to fill people in the why.
Yes.
You been ill and traveling
Yes,
all
I was
Traveling.
ill. We was
Don't be making it
traveling.
sound like you don't
Yes,
take care of
no,
your
no,
baby.
no,
You
no.
do.
We had
We joking,
amazing
but yeah.
time off, even with the
Proms.
illness. And we had proms, we had our
graduations.
graduations, we had our clients that needed our undivided attention. And we promised them that no matter what, we were going to service them. So again, it just got to be a little overwhelming with the long travel. I think this in 10 years, I think this was the longest travel that we have ever taken away from everyone. You know, and especially, you know, to be without the kids. So to have that type of long vacation, it was nice just to be away, even though, you know, I spent a lot of time in a room from not feeling well.
Okay.
But again, just the time away, the time that we spent just watching movies and those type of things, and just talk, the conversations was just amazing. And we were checking our emails, so we had a little time to do a little crazy conversations in the other countries we were in, because we were grabbing our conversations. We just was vacationing at the time. So, you know, again, when we think about being away from crazy conversations, we think about the self-care that was needed in our relationship. We needed that. And like I said, in 10 years, we had never traveled for 2 consecutive weeks and been away from everything. That's kids, jobs, issues, whatever, life. Just because we felt like we didn't have a bill. We felt like we only had each other, and that's all that it was about. And like I said, the things that we had the opportunity to do, it's life-changing. Again, like I said, people don't understand sometimes just how hard it is just to sit at home to watch a movie to its entirety. Sometimes our life don't work like that.
Never.
You know, it's mom, it's mama son, mama son, mama son. That's how our life is set up. So again, and those 4 a.m. mornings don't help much either. So again, it's like working the type of hours that we do and just having that time. Like I said, everybody said, oh, well, it's a shame you wasn't feeling well, but I was feeling well. I came back slightly weaker than I went, but one thing I can say is that I do it all again, because that's what type of relaxation that I had. I was able to clear my mind. I was able to think about our next move,
and I catered to
pray, and I was absolutely catered to.
Yes, you were.
So again, that made the trip also worthwhile. Again, like I said, I just did not agree with the food choices and those things like that, but I have learned now the proper things to do in those situations, because I will go again, and I will go that length of time again, because I see those 3 and 4 day trips just don't cut it. I come back just as irritated than I left, you know? So the longer, the better,
yes.
Because we get to do something that you want to do. I get to do something I want to do. You know, if we're traveling with others, we get to cling to them and do some of the things that they want to do. So, but we've always been the type of travelers that once we arrive to our destination, you know, we don't want an itinerary. We don't want to get up early, because those are the things that we do every day. We don't want to live by schedule. You know, we have to, you know, be back on the ship at 3 o'clock. We just don't want to schedule when we, you know, on vacation. So we know now that we have to prepare to take a vacation like we did, you know, so that it can be felt. I need to feel it. And after, 29 some months working the same job, having the same vacation for 28 years, the same days off, and again, I am so appreciative to my godson for even saying he wanted to go on this trip, because there's no way I would have ever left in the month of May. No way. I get one day off in May, and that's Memorial Day. So, with that being said, we are about to dive back into some of these questions and information about when love costs you your identity on Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim. So, have you ever felt forced to choose between your mate and your support, your community, your family, your friends, your village?
No, never. Have not never been forced, because from the beginning of a relationship, this is why people lose themselves, because they don't be themselves. So this is what I tell everyone. I tell people from day one, I'm a family person, and I love my family and friends, and they're for life. So there's no competing. There's no choosing. I tell my mate automatically off the top from day one on our first date, if there's going to be this, we can stop this first, because that's what I told you on the first day. Because I think it's a choice that you made. So I was not being forced, and I'm not going to be forced with no one but God to let me choose between my wife, my relationship, and my friends and family. There's no choice. What about yourself?
There's no choice.
Have
That's
you ever
God
been
and
forced?
you. I wouldn't be forced. Dude, Scorpios don't be forced. You can't force Scorpios to do anything, pretty much.
So you were never forced to make a choice between your relationship, friends, and family?
That would be a no-brainer. That's never gonna happen. So I feel like the person I was before our relationship. So I don't feel like I lost myself. I feel like the person that came in, I've only grown. That's how I feel. So maybe you'll tell me how you feel on the way home.
No, it's not about lost yourself. See, when me and you start talking, and like the question that I got, with one of the viewers, the question that was asked, they asked me, have I ever lost myself? And me, I'll be honest about things. Ain't nothing perfect. I lost my mom when you start talking. So, of course, you will lose yourself. And I can honestly say, God is my witness, I did lost myself. But when you realize that you lost yourself, you have to realize, is it a good loss if it's a bad loss? It's not about a good or the bad. You just lose yourself, because the death is serious. And then when about me losing my mom, there's my best friend, I just went straight in. So I went straight in thinking about her, because she raised me how my father raised me, how to love. No matter what I was going through grieving, I lost myself, but like I said, it's not in no bad way. But when I lost myself, I told God, and I got back up.
And you did, I think you did very well throughout your storm, when you lost your mom and then you were entering a new relationship. I don't think the Crazy Conversation friends know that that's how we, got together when, because your mom was ill. So I think that the only thing that I felt with, I didn't think that you lost yourself. I thought that you just did not take enough time to grieve.
That's not it.
I just felt like things would be there. Let grieve and come back to that bull. You know what I'm saying? Grieve. That's the only thing.
So that's why it's important when you lose a parent, anyone in your life. That's why it's important for your spouse and for your mate to understand, to be that background, to be just, because you will lose yourself no matter what. So you can't be the add-on, the grieving, because when you add on the grieving, you will forget about what you're grieving about. So, like I said, I can tell anyone, just be yourself. Just be yourself. When you become into any relationship, no matter who you're dating, period, just be yourself. Let them know who you are from day one, because if you come in perpetrating, you're going to lose yourself, period. You're going to know who you are.
Right. So why do you think people try to isolate their partners, keep them away from certain family and friends? They isolate them socially.
For different
I
reasons.
know why you isolate me socially,
For
because I don't know how to act. I know already.
You know.
I already know.
I don't know. See, I don't isolate. I just to the point, like, I want people to see who we really are. There's no, but they have to see the bad you and the good you.
So come on now. You be giving me a pep talk in the car like, Kim, don't
I do.
show out.
I do, but I don't isolate you though. But they have to see you.
I show out anyway.
You do show out. A lot of you do show out.
So I don't know.
No, just sometimes like for other people, I can speak to people, but some people think because sometimes they're embarrassed of their mates, they're embarrassed of their family.
You're
They're
not
embarrassed.
of your
Oh
mate?
no,
Oh
I ain't never embarrassed my family. No, my family mate. No, I'm not embarrassed or ashamed of anything.
yes, we have evolved.
Yes,
We
no.
can be ourselves.
I'm not talking about me. I'm just talking to the viewers.
Right.
So like I'm saying, it depends on different views why people be isolated themselves from their family and from their people they mates from their family. I think it's crazy. I don't think you should do it just because, but they have to see who they really are just because it's the village.
So do you think that you feel the same way before this relationship? Can I ask that question?
What you mean?
Like I said, I feel like I did before the relationship.
Isolated.
No, not isolated. I feel the same. Like I don't feel like I lost myself.
I feel better. Like I said, you and Lou you more mature. You was younger.
I see so much growth.
Yes, growth. Yes, we was younger. When you in your beginning 40s, you just realize why you're in your 40s. So now we like 52 years old. I'm way more mature.
No, I'm not 52.
Oh, but I'm just saying, I'm way more mature. I learned a lot. I experienced a lot, and I've seen a lot. So I'm a whole different person than what I was before.
And how do you deal with the mates that are molded by insecurities? Like, they don't want you to, I guess, maybe outshine them. You might be the likable one. So how do you do that? How do you handle that, being the likable one? Because everybody likes some. I don't be tripping. I don't care.
But you know me, I'm the back person. I'm the background. You already know I'm a background person, Kim. I put you in front. You know me. Everywhere we go, I sit back in the cut. And I make sure I watch your back and see what you do and how you do. I make you walk the whole floor. You walk the whole party about 10 times. 10 times. You can't sit down. No, but I don't have to be just because of my personality. So that's what it is. My personality, that's who I am. I don't sugarcoat it. I don't fake. I ain't fake. I ain't phony. I get them something, and that's what they get.
Yeah, you do.
What about you?
I just feel like, when you are in a relationship that you value, if you value that relationship, I just don't see room for insecurities. So I see so many people out here that's so insecure. They so jealous of the person that they sleep next to.
Jealous. You see,
that's horrible.
There's a lot of that.
And that's just too much.
When you say that, you mean they're jealous of their mate?
Jealous of their mate.
Jealous of people with
No,
jealous of their mate.
They jealous of their mate.
Because their mate can be that people person that everybody love. And then you married to a person that just can't get along with anybody, always starting stuff, got a smart mouth, always in some mess, just nothing positive. You just ain't getting nothing positive. So, that right there is a big problem. When that came through, I said, ooh,
Insecurity is
baby.
deep. Insecurity is real deep.
Insecurity is deep, and it's heavy amongst relationships in 2025. A lot of that I didn't see years ago, but now people are laid right next to you and know they don't like you. They will be married to you and know they don't like you. So how could you even love me if you don't even like
Do
me?
you think there's people though who got married for the wrong reason? Like being married, some people feel like I've arrived if I've gotten married.
Oh, they
Of
so
course.
they're not
they,
in it for the right reason.
They not.
they marrying out here just so the next person don't get them.
Or they marry people. Period. Get married just because to make they ass mad. You know what I'm saying? People marry. That's why you can see the difference once you marry a person. You can see the difference why they marry you. So it's to the point that you can't fool yourself for too long, and you can't fool. So people are out here getting married just because to make someone jealous. But to me, like how long that's gonna last? Because everyone gonna see it, and like insecurity that come from I don't know. That's come from within themselves.
And
That's,
also-
that's a self.
That's a
self
self-issue.
issue.
Yeah.
That's a self issue.
Yeah, they definitely. That's why you definitely have to come into relationships these days knowing that the person love themselves. So you got to know that they love themselves before they can even attempt to love you. Those are all signs that you just got to look for these days, because again, you know, people are losing themselves trying to compete with they mate.
That's crazy.
They
I have
try-
a question. Do you think, like, when you say compete, like some people, the very thing that they are attracted to the other person for, that they are outgoing because that person isn't outgoing, they start to get jealous of because they wish they were like that? Is that why?
You know, they compete with their mates. Like one of the scenarios that was used on Crazy Conversations was, you know, is it okay for them to have the same friends, because it's a tug of war with if both people are both partners are friends with the same people, then are you closer with that person? How many times a day did that person text you? How many
That's
times
crazy.
do you all talk on the phone? They only talk to me for an hour a day.
That's
So why do
crazy.
you get 5 hours, or why do you get
That's
25
crazy.
group messages, or whatever the case may be? It's always a
They weren't loved
competition.
enough as children.
That's
Yeah.
what it is.
So
That's what
again,
it's
that
what it
it
is.
shows. It shows.
It
It shows.
Yes.
It
I
shows.
think it's crazy because my thing is I want my friend to love my partner. I want them to be comfortable that they can call my partner and just I can share everyone. I'm sorry.
What I think why it is for you all and why you all can't understand it is you all make sure you take care of each other's needs, and you all stay connected with what each other needs.
And people don't
values.
like that.
And other people don't do that. So,
Yeah, and they
so they're
definitely don't
jealous.
like
Then
it.
watching it happen with other couples, they're not getting it, or wanting that from their spouse, and their spouse is giving it to the people that they giving it to other people and not giving it to them. Some people aren't getting from they're watching their spouse give other people the things they desire from their
Mhm.
spouse.
And we get a lot of negative feedback about the way that we take care of each other instead of taking notes, because again, we not perfect. We get down, we act crazy, but again, we know how to come back to that place of peace and that place of love, no matter what kind of
Because
interruptions.
you're intentional
or-
with the love for each other. It's
Absolutely.
intentional. And other people don't know it. It's or they've never been taught that. And you don't have to have been taught that, but you
Mhm.
can be making a conscious decision. A lot of people may have had more negative relationships until the one they got into, but then they make a effort to do something different with the relationship they're in
Yeah.
this time. And other people don't do that. They bring the same mess to their new
Yes,
relationship
yes.
and want a different
Yes.
outcome.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
seeing the way that some takes care of me and look out for me, I knew off the back it was God and it was love in her household.
Yes.
I knew that. That's nothing that was in a book. She had to feel that. She had to learn that.
It's innate in her.
It's
She
in
witnessed
her.
it in her
Right.
household.
It's embedded
Other
in
people
her.
haven't had that though.
And I just feel so sorry for the person that fumbled her. Because it's over now. Can you play Luther? It's over now? Okay. It's over now. So, again, those are just the things that, you know, people are going through when they're trying to compete with a partner. You know, it's a lot because you got to choose partnership over performance. These mates be performing like a fool.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Have you ever changed your goals, style, or personality to match your partner?
No, I think that I have always been the type that I don't blend in. I don't fit in. I never wanted to fit in. I always wanted to stand out. So any kind of changes that I made, it was due to God, something that I prayed for. So I don't think I would. And I know now I never have to. Because whatever goals that I seek, I know that they're going to be supported. So any changes that I make, I know that they'll be supported. So some people have to see the signs. You got to see the signs. Because if you don't, then you will forget who you were. You will forget who you were trying to compete with your mate. Your mate can love the same friend. Your mate can love the same family. It's okay. Your mate don't have to make a certain quota every month in order to keep up with your quota that you making on your job. Stop bringing the competition to the house.
See, that's another bad issue relationship. When it comes down to money, money don't make me, and money don't make me happy. See, that's what it's all about. It comes from home, how people treat people.
Mm-hmm.
It's natural. So no, they wasn't perfect. My family wasn't perfect, and I do speak highly of my parents. Just because how I am right now, we never talked about money because it's all about love. Money comes and goes. It's all about how the person respect you and love you. I don't care if you make whatever you make. It's not about if I match it. You still gonna match it. If I have it, you have it.
Absolutely.
So like I said, people so be worried about people credit, where this and this and that. Credit don't have nothing to do with it. My thing is I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a happy person within me because I love me. Yeah.
Well, like I said, everybody brings something different to a marriage or a partnership. And sometimes that may be that one person, especially if they coming out of a previous situationship.
Mm-hmm.
So again, everybody ain't gonna bring the same things to the relationship.
Never.
Because somebody, one of those mates, might come with the credit, with the 800, the 900 score. And another mate might come with 50,000 in a shoebox. So again, no matter what, as long as that couple is making it happen, it ain't nobody's business at the end of the day. That's what I'm saying. People need to stop being worried about other people's situation, especially when your stuff is raggedy. I promise you, 2025 is looking different on Crazy Conversations with Ms. Kemp.
One more question.
Wait, so what you think then, based on what you said, that the question that I hear a lot of couples ask each other before they, not couples, I see people dating, what do you bring to the table?
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, a lot of them are looking at, oh, well, you gotta have this, and you gotta have this, and you gotta have this. What
That's
you
why they
bringing to the
single.
table?
That's why they single. Because people feel like they can't lower they expectations for love. Sometimes it's worth it.
It's a business.
And like I just
That's what I hear
said,
them say. It's a
somebody
business.
might come with the 900 credit score, and one person might have unlimited access to finances that don't need credit.
But they still looking for something. Like they looking, like what you're saying, there's still value on each side.
Exactly. You're still bringing to the relationship. You're still building. Again, like I said, I can have the credit. She can have the cash. But we gonna make it happen. So people will say, oh, well, how can they get that if such and such credit bad? Or such and such credit ain't this way. We still gonna get it. Because you don't know if we made a cash purchase. You see what I'm saying?
You don't.
So-
Well, you shouldn't even be comparing. Like, how did they get it? That's really not your business.
This 2025,
they wanted,
Wanda
they
B.
should go get it.
Thank you. Didn't we say that people say some?
I know. I hear it a lot of times on
Thank
the
you.
shows what people
Yeah.
say and how they're really. I'm not gonna sell unless you got this and got that and
Okay.
you got that and you got that and you got that, and don't even come to me if you don't have all these things.
Ask them how their life going. Ask them
I'm
how
happy.
it's long.
In real life, that's all I want.
That's what they
I just
say.
want happiness and peace. I do. I just want love and loyalty. Real talk. That's but people say that, like you said, that's why people losing their mind, because they so focused on materialistic. That comes and goes. When that's gone, what you gonna do then? You gonna be at home in the bed cold.
Right. And one thing about you though, a lot of people who say they want peace are not peaceful.
No.
Exactly.
You're a peaceful person, and you bringing that to your
So-
relationship.
So peaceful.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
peaceful.
To
I'm
know
the hell
some, you know
raiser.
she's peaceful.
Yeah.
She's not about no drama.
Yeah.
She's not gonna put up with that. She's
It's
not gonna
me.
entertain it. And it,
No.
even if it's happening, she's not
I'm
gonna
not
entertain it.
entertainment. No, I'm not. No, I'm
Not
not.
gonna
So,
entertain it.
so Wanda, you just gonna make
Or,
my
well, I know who
Juneteenth
the
hard.
peaceful one. Anybody,
So you just gonna make my holiday hard.
I'm not trying to make your holiday hard. Y'all got a perfect relationship.
You know.
Anybody
and-
that's been a fan of Crazy Conversations with Miss
I
Kim,
promise
they
you.
know they know.
We try to be as
Well, what's the
as
name
crazy.
of the
No,
song?
we try to be that relationship that makes people want to get love, want to be loved, want to give
But
love.
y'all not doing it because you're trying to do it either. It
It's
really
happening. It's
is
natural. It's natural.
What is what your relationship
It is
is.
what
Yeah,
it
we
is.
want them to look and see, oh, it's possible. It's possible with a 650 credit score. I'm just being an ass. I'm
Well,
sorry.
yeah, no, they
It's possible. You
they
see,
gotta look within though. Because
yeah, they
gotta
got
look
because
at the
they're
effort
so
to be-
you can't, your credit score can't love me. You know,
when
that's
you're
so-
ill, the credit score ain't gonna take care of you.
ain't gonna take care of me at all. So, you know, it's a lot of things that people harp on when it comes to black love.
That
So-
does not make up the real the groundwork or the foundation.
Yes.
They don't get it.
Oh.
And that's what they have to understand. The foundation. What is it built on? Is it built on a lie? Is it built on most relationships? It's a lot of relationships that's built on lies because people just doing it for show. They doing it for show, and they have no intentions on doing the right thing by their mate. They
Right.
playing games. They come in the door playing games. I don't care how many years you have been, they playing games. And that's what people, instead of, again, like she said, why they worried about material things. And instead of worrying about who finna take care of them. I could never imagine what I had to go through the last 2.5 weeks, not feeling well, not having a mate, a stable mate that came home.
You sure you weren't worried about the credit score?
I was never worried about the credit score, baby, because man, we some hustlers. That's all I can say.
Is the mentality.
Baby, if I don't know how to do nothing else, Wanda B, I know how to get money.
Yes,
I know how to get money. You
Yeah.
turn these cameras off, I'm going to let you know. That's what I'm telling you. I promise
We
you.
get money, but you know what? We be getting money for so long to the point like it's natural.
And it's not about the relationship. It's
No.
natural for who each of you
yes,
all
it's-
are
you know,
already.
We've been doing it for so long to the point like it's on to the next. What you gonna do next? When you make this money, what you gonna do after the money is there? Whatever happened to the companionship?
That's the lesson though of people aren't getting. They're not looking. They look at the materialistic things, like you said, of a relationship,
Mhm.
and think that makes up the relationship, and they're not looking at the love. In fact, I hear many shows say you should not get married for love. Love is a business, and you should get married
Yeah.
for the business.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like I told we just talked about this.
We had that on the show.
You gonna show me how you love me when you sick. We talked about this earlier.
Right.
Because like I said, she was sick for a couple of weeks. And like I said, it take patience and it take God. So people have to understand when you could just wash your partner up, when your partner just can't even get out the bed, and to the point like I'm never ashamed, I ain't never weak. I was raised right and I see my father does it. So when you know when she could wash her up and brush her teeth and bring
couldn't
breath,
do nothing.
she could do nothing.
I couldn't walk
So
across
people
the
like,
floor.
it been 2 weeks. It is what it is.
You all are a team through and through. It's
Yes.
not just on the financial
No,
end
it's not.
or getting all these materialistic things.
No.
But that's all
You're a
people
team
say. Who
living.
bought this? Who bought that? Which one of y'all bought this? Which one of y'all bought that? It's we. It's we.
They don't understand that because people nowadays don't get married and think of we're becoming one. There's still two people trying to grow stuff
Yeah.
instead of you all are one, and so you're not necessarily thinking about taking care of taking care of each other comes with the territory of taking. It was what you want done for you. I mean, you just naturally want to do that for the other person.
Natural. It just come. You don't even have to. She didn't even have to ask. She was like embarrassed and she was trying to get upset. Like I'm this and I'm that. It been too long. See, I don't think I have to let. My thing is that you sick, and so there's nothing could stop me. There's nothing could change me. I have to do what I have to do by God. So that's what people have to
That's
realize.
the vow in sickness and in health, better for worse.
Well, it's hard when I was used to being a person that handled everything and I actually had to, sit down for that amount of time.
You're not used to being still.
So I'm not used to being still at all.
and being taken care of.
So-
You're used to taking care of.
Yes, I'm
Yes.
used to taking care of everything. But it was to the point that, my days and nights were switched around. So it's like at night I was up all night and slept all day. So it's just so hard to get me back to
That's
where
what a soulmate is.
I needed to be, but I can't picture being in a, how can I say, not being married in a committed relationship and I went through what I went through. I couldn't go through that in a regular relationship with just dating somebody that just come by every so often because I needed help. You see what I'm saying? So I couldn't see other people being sick. Who takes care of you? Who takes care of you? Who
Some
there?
people don't have
Who
that.
there to
I mean,
hold
it is
your
beautiful
hand?
A lot of
that you
people-
have
a
that.
lot
Who's there
People don't
to
have
take
that.
They don't have
Even
that.
if
to
they're
bring you
married.
that cup of water?
Even doing marriage, they don't have. Like I said, they don't. A lot of married couple I see don't even have it.
It's for better and for
It's
better.
for
'cause
better
when
for
it get
better.
worse,
It's
they
don't- a
out
lot
there.
of marriage couple don't do
They
what
don't
I've
do
done
that.
or what I do. They don't. They do. And not even bragging, but I can.
I could never go back. That's all I can say. I could never go back because I could not walk. And to the aid and assistance that I needed, for real, no.
mean, that's a
There's
beautiful
no way.
thing, and that really is something people don't have, and they're sitting here worried about how
Credit.
much credit this person got.
Absolutely.
Or they're
Instead of worrying
afraid.
about
Yeah.
Oh, they're afraid for
Yes.
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
and
They,
it's sad, but it's a shame that you're jealous of something else, that this person does this, instead of really getting to know somebody and seeing if they're the type of person who will be there if something happened to you. They focus on so many stupid outward things that they don't even get to know if that person, because you don't really know until something happens.
Mhm.
You may not know if you really have that person who is willing to do that. I mean, it takes you really getting to know that this is that type of person, and I don't think people are doing that kind of homework prior
no,
to marriage.
they not. They're, if they were, they would realize that this person don't like you. And it's just, I'm not sugarcoating
have
nothing.
you met people that you can tell the person doesn't even like them?
Yeah, absolutely. And it put me in a state of mind where I just felt
Crazy conversation. Let's
that
get it.
crazy conversations
Let's
with
get
Miss
it.
Kim. I felt extremely sorry for the other mate because it's embarrassing. Because I knew that if I saw it, I'm thinking of the millions that didn't saw it.
But
If I
do you think
picked
they
up on it.
recognize it, and do you think they know it?
They know it,
They know it.
but
Mm.
I guess some people just don't want to start over. They scared of
Scared of
change, and you know those type of things. Which, baby, I'm.
I'm gonna tell you this one
Ooh.
thing. You know, when God bless you, because I do think I'm a blessing, and I'm gonna say this on the air. I told you it's a new conversation. I think I am a blessing just because don't take advantage of love. And that's what a lot of people is doing, taking advantage of love. When God bless you with someone, the mate ain't perfect, but whatever you came from, can you pray for something better? We always pray for something better when we get out of a bad situation. But when God bless you with something better and you play with it, we just gonna see how you go back to it.
One thing you saying that is so true is sometimes you pray for things and you want it to come in this perfect package, and so He gives you exactly what you say you want, but because the credit score not there, you poo that whole person.
Then, oh,
With
that's a good one.
all the things you said you
Oh, that's
wanted.
good, yeah.
That happens a lot of times. I remember dating, and I was big on, oh, your shoes, that don't match. Oh, what do you have on? What are you wearing? And my friend was like, well, look at it. All the things I heard you say you wanted, that may be there. I was like, yeah, but not this and this. And there will be these superficial things that I will hold on to that were becoming more where I'm not looking at the actions and all the other things that were at the core of the things I would say I wanted. But let these superficial things make me turn the other way. So I had a friend pull me aside and say, girl, I've heard you say you wanted these things, and you saying no because of this, because of that.
Well, a lot of relationships go through that with mates being jealous on how the appearance of their mate. Oh, you have to dress a certain way every time you leave out. But again, you know, we don't have that problem because we pretty much dress alike. So all the time, or at least we are matching each other swag that day or whatever. But you know, a lot of people go through that where they competing with trying to break the bank by, you know, trying to outdress their mate.
May I ask, I hope this isn't a personal question, I'm just very curious. Does this happen more or equal to the gendered relationship? Does that happen more, that the competition, because we could wear the same things, that it becomes more of a competition, or no?
Now I see more straight couples go through that
Really?
than same sex.
So it doesn't matter.
I think that the men and make it so bad.
It just doesn't matter.
Make it so bad, the men are winning because they grooming themselves and taking care of themselves way better than women nowadays.
And the women are jealous of their man, and the men are jealous of their woman.
Women, they need to step it up, because the men is coming out looking like they love themselves. So again, with women, some women don't care, but I am just, now I throw some pajama pants on and run to the store, but baby, some better not know, because
What would
again,
happen? Some like, where
she
you
would
going?
be so upset. She don't let me come out with my bonnet. Like, take those pajama pants off. You don't know who you might see in the store. You don't know who we might run into. You are not going. I'll be like, oh no, I'm just gonna throw this on backwards and come on and run to the car. No, you're not. I can wait. Whatever it is, it can wait till you can put your outfit together. So again, go ahead with your question.
Okay, I had one question for you.
Go ahead.
Have you ever been in a relationship that felt like a performance or a partnership?
Yeah, I said that earlier, that a lot of relationships do. And when I say, performance, I mean like Academy Award type of performances, because some people just do the most. Just like, we get those questions all the time, like, oh, do y'all act like that all the time? How, as if we performing, and we don't have no reason to, and we ain't got to even go into that. But how certain relationships that we have been a part of or have seen or witnessed, and we'll walk out of there and say that's some whole buffoonery. Ain't no way. You see what I'm saying? So this is what I mean.
Okay. So who are you now? Who is Kimberly?
I am, first of all, call me Miss Kim.
Never.
Call me Miss Kim. No,
Never.
I am Mrs. Almond. And who I am now is, I am loved, I am peaceful, I am on a spiritual journey to not only get and become closer to God, but to become closer to my mate, because again, I have been able to see just how being closer to your mate can take you. Again, because I don't want to ever feel like, I felt like during the time that I was sick, those couple weeks, I said, oh my God, we feel closer than ever, but with that being said, it was always there. You know what I'm saying? So, those 2 weeks just confirmed, and I like to continuously be confirmed that I'm loved, I'm peaceful, I'm being cared for. So it's a whole different ball game when you become ill and you are in a committed relationship. Because again, yeah, that person do love you, but does that person care for you? Does that person know what it takes to care for you, to assist you with any type of healing that you may need in your life, not just physical healing?
I got one for you. Okay, you asked, does they love you? The question is, the person that you are taking care of, does they love you? Do they appreciate you? You know what I'm saying? Do they appreciate the person who's taking care of them? Because some mates,
They should.
some mates that they don't. But like I said, a lot of them don't even know how. So like I said, that's why when you have a circle, that's why I call it a village. So that's why every time I be around my village, I pay attention to other people. Because there's no one perfect. It's something that I might miss, or something that people might pay attention to us. I can't fake this. And it's not no fake for me.
And
It's not phony. This is what I do. I have kids. I have sons. my son's gonna make sure they gonna know whoever they decide to date, they gonna know how to. My son's gonna know how to treat a person whoever they date. Whoever my sons date, I guarantee you, they gonna treat them to the point like their parents gonna want to be with them, just because how I treat their parent.
And I
You want to be a good role model.
and I
Yeah,
pray.
so that's one thing I say. I'm not perfect. My sons see everything of me. I don't sugarcoat anything, Miss Wanda Reed.
Well, I'm going to say I totally agree. And I will say one of the reasons I married somebody who didn't necessarily show me love the way I never saw my parents show each other that kind of love. And I wound up marrying being in a marriage that was somewhat similar, that being shown love was not my father, when I went back and asked him about it, like why after they were divorced, like why didn't I see love, then he said he knew since I was 5 years old that he didn't love my mother anymore.
Wow.
But he knew he was going to stay there for the kids.
See, that's the
And
problem.
that's exactly the type of person I married, that was very there for his children, but didn't know how to show love in a certain kind of way. So I do think having that role model, and because you're not even thinking you're seeing it, it's like being in the midst of love, you just automatically start acting from that love. But if you don't see it, you don't know you're not seeing it sometimes, and it's happening around you, how much your environment plays a part in who you are.
Yeah.
Because I would have never thought that, because I thought my parents loved each other and were very, but no, my parents were good parents.
It's a difference.
And my father was a very good, loving parent to me. But when I went back after I was contemplating divorce and said, what did I see? And I realized I never saw my parents love each other. I saw them be good parents to me, but I never saw them really be loving to each other.
Yeah.
And so I do agree that makes a difference.
Yeah, and it does. And again, you have to be appreciative to a mate that.
Because the kids see that as well, though.
Yes,
It
because
does.
again, and I pray that, my daughters as well, our daughters as well, they know what love look like. I hope that even as they enter their 30s, that they know how love looks, and that they are secure in knowing that their mom is being loved in a proper way, and that this is how love looks. And that's just one of the things that I want the girls to know,
They know.
exactly how being loved and cared for looks like. And I think that they see that in you. And because a lot of components of in love I struggled with. I didn't come into this relationship 10 years ago knowing exactly how to love because of the situation that I came from. So again, it took building, and sometimes even Sumner stopping me saying, I can tell you never been in a relationship before. How many times did you go say that? She'll say that because
Yes,
again,
I
I grab my jacket, I'll leave, and I don't say where I'm going.
And I don't try to judge no one, but you could tell when a woman and a man was in love. You could tell when they wasn't appreciative. For real, though, like I said, I can't judge anyone's circumstances, but you could, when you pay attention. I'm nosy, and I focused on my
As
partner.
ever.
I'm nosy as ever, Miss Wanda.
So
I
nice.
promise you. My kids will tell you I'm so nosy. I pay attention to everything. So, and I study Kim, and I'm like, what's really going on? Like, it couldn't be her in a relationship while she could be loved. But I'm open with her. I'm real open, and I'm honest. And she's like, your mouth is smart. You too vocal. I'm vocal because I love you. I'm very vocal just because, to the point, like, no, when you leave
It's
this
to
house.
understand. It's not. You're not doing it to call her
No,
out. It's
no.
really to understand.
Because I tell her, no, I say, no, when you leave the house, it's okay just to let me know where you're going. It's not controlling.
It's not controlling. It's love. Because if anything happened to you, you want to know where you're supposed to
I'm
show
just-
up and go.
I just was used to just getting up, going, and not thinking about it.
That's
And
somebody
again,
that didn't love you and didn't care.
I
what
had to
happened you.
revisit, because I could be gone for days and don't get a phone call. I can't hit hosted without some, like, can you please come back and tell me? I don't even want you to tell me over the phone. Can you drive back to let me know where you going and where you gonna be at? And again, those are just simple things that we have to appreciate. Like I said, I did not come.
Well, that's beautiful that you listen to her and change your
yeah.
behavior.
Yes.
Because some people will argue. They'll want this kind of love,
No,
but won't do the things to get that kind of love.
show
So
me.
that takes driving back home
Show me.
on Halston, turning around and going back.
Show me
Start
what.
all over.
Show me what a relationship looks like. This is what. Let's run
Well,
this course.
congratulations on being willing to do the work. Because some people they say
And
they
it was
want stuff.
exhausting. Like
They
it was exhausting. Like I mean, we gave each
It was
other
exhausting
tasks.
for some.
Yes,
When
like
she had to take care of you, but she
Yeah.
did it for that same love.
but we
Yes.
had the things where we
Very good.
had assignments like we couldn't have our phone. If we go out, we can't talk on the phone. So it was things that we put each other to the test
To learn
to
each other.
learn each other, to learn that love.
Like you do at a job, and people say they relationship like a business. Y'all don't do that good thing.
Yeah, so
Because you train somebody at the job on how to do the job. So I think that's beautiful because they won't know.
yeah,
A lot of people, most people come from some other thing.
Yeah,
right?
and
Whether
she-
it's been healthy or not, they come from some other relationship
and she
that
had to
may not
learn.
have taught them the right way. And even if it did teach it the right way, it may be something that based on the other person's experience does not work well for them. And now I need to learn how you want to be loved.
Yeah,
And to teach somebody how to love me so I can love you is love.
yeah,
That's the ultimate love when you're willing
Yeah.
to be, I want to please you. I want us to be happy. So
Yes.
I'm willing to do the work and not look at the controlling because you can focus on the negative part of that.
Yeah.
How you gonna tell me to come back? That don't even make no sense. And then start throwing out things. Because sometimes we throw out being, what was the word you used earlier?
Insecurity.
Oh, that's so insecure. I should be able to go, well, it has nothing to do with that. You got to look at somebody's intention.
yes,
If you know Sumner to be the person that is not insecure, that is not this, why would she be being insecure with this?
yeah.
And why, if I love her, I'm just going to do it, whether I agree or not. A lot of things I don't want to do, but I know that's important.
I
that
just
person.
said I was a work in progress.
You did it, though.
I did. I promise you. I put
You
in
turned
the
around
work.
and said where you were going.
Yes,
right?
I did. I went back.
You're
I
a great
said,
work
look,
in
these are the
progress.
things. I promise
Good job.
you,
Good
accountability
job,
is
Kim.
where it starts. I promise you, when I came into this, I'm not going to say broke, and I'm going to say a little bent.
You
a
needed
little,
some repairing.
a little crack.
And you were cracked,
So,
which a lot of people are.
yeah, she got the JV well and got me back.
Got
So,
you fixed up, repaired you, and put you, and now look at y'all going
Yeah.
strong. And that's what people have to be willing to do. You may meet somebody in a somewhat, I hate to use the word broken, but I'm not going to, but not, don't look at it as internally like they broken. More so needed to be molded to,
Yes.
it's learning me and I'm
Right.
learning you. And be willing to do that. And not look at it as a control, because if you want this person, want a healthy relationship, it may take some work.
and it
If you
takes
bought
work.
a used car, you'd fix the car. If your beautiful car if you bought this beautiful Cadillac and it broke down and it
Mhm.
needed an oil change, you're going to go say, forget it, you need too much.
Right.
Bye, leave your car parked. No, you're going to go fix your car up and keep driving it.
Did I sell you a lemon? Did I sell you a lemon?
She made
Mama
lemonade.
That's right. You
Yeah.
made some lemonade, baby. You made a lemon drop, baby.
No, I don't regret it though. It's all about patience. And when you love someone and
She
being in
knew
love
she
with
had a
someone,
Cadillac Mercedes and
Yeah.
said, oh no, I'm about to fix this
That
up.
foreign, baby. Got that foreign. Thank you so much for listening to Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim. We did not even put a dent in what the listener wanted. So
I'm sorry,
again,
I jumped in.
that's okay. We're gonna come back next week because we are talking about degrading your mate, and we are gonna get back
serious.
into this conversation that we were having today. When love costs you your identity, especially when you are degrading your mate or your partner. Next week on Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim. We missed you all so much, friends. See you next week. I saw you a living. saw you a little limit.
She said, I don't know, you did not. I mean,
You thought you was getting a Beretta and you got a Cavalier.
I'm sorry for jumping in.
That's
I
okay.
like
that.
Miss
Zim right now. I said I
Wanda,
missed my shows that I like.
Yes.
To.
we missed you
Alright,
too.
so I know Earl gonna be like, shut up. Why was you talking through that show?